Good morning and welcome back to Outdoor Beards. For today we have a special announcement. I have quit my job. I did not quit my job to do YouTube full-time. I quit so I could do Outdoor Beards full-time, and YouTube is a part of Outdoor Beards. So today is a video about chasing your dream. Hoping to share a little bit of my story, and I don't know, maybe it'll help somebody else chase their dream too. So if you didn't know, Outdoor Beards is a beard care company. I manufacture beard care stuff like beard oil, beard wash, beard balm, and of course we carry things like t-shirts, water bottles, tumblers, brushes, combs. We've got a whole bunch of stuff. If you want to check that stuff out, it's at outdoorbeards.com. Go pause this video, go check it out, and then come back. It'll make a little more sense. As for the YouTube side of this, the channel of Outdoor Beards is part of the company, but I use it more as it's kind of like my creative outlet. I like to make things. I like to create. I enjoy editing videos, and so why not have a YouTube channel that's part of the company? I was with my last company for 11 years. I started Outdoor Beards as kind of a side project, which meant that I had to work on it at home. So I would go to work, get home at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, hang out with my wife, hang out with my kids. They would go to bed, and then I would kind of start my next shift. I would come down in the office and work till midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. And of course, sometimes I had to work on the weekends because I had an expo or something I was going to for Outdoor Beards. And so that was kind of tough. And of course, I was pretty high up in the company that I worked for. And so a lot of times work would come home with me. It was kind of hard to turn that switch off. And it was kind of difficult there for a few years trying to juggle all of that, job, wife, kids, side business. That's kind of a lot to juggle, and that was kind of difficult. Recently I reached this point where I had too much to do with Outdoor Beards, but I didn't have enough time. And if I had to choose between spending time with my family and working on Outdoor Beards, the family was going to win. I'm not going to put any of my business stuff in front of my family. And so I might have to give up some extra sleep in order to get something done, and I'm getting older, that's harder. And so it was just difficult for me to balance that. And I had read a quote that said, if you don't sacrifice for what you want, then what you want will become the sacrifice. And that quote has been stuck in the back of my head for a couple of years now. And I realized that the difficult part is trying to figure out what it is you're willing to sacrifice in order to get the thing that you want. And I knew I was not willing to sacrifice my family, or not sacrifice my family, that sounds weird. I wasn't willing to sacrifice time with my family, and I wasn't willing to sacrifice this dream of having my own company. So the only thing left to sacrifice there was the job. And once I kind of came to that realization, that's when I realized it was time for me to go. So I put in my notice. I completed my departure from the other company back in August, so I've actually been home for a few months now, doing this full time. I want to take a second here and talk about my wife, because God bless her, she's amazing. She supported all the long days, the long nights, times that I've had to travel for this company. And, she's home alone with the kids for days. I actually just got back from doing an expo in Salt Lake, and she was home with the kids for 5 days, and I was out doing my thing. I think it takes a special kind of crazy to be an entrepreneur, and my wife handles that like a champ. She's wonderful. She supported me the whole way, and that's been really nice. So babe, when you see this, thank you. So here we are. We're off chasing the dream. Today I set up for the Boise Christmas show. That was my 6th show in 5 weeks. And then come January I start my Sportsman's Expos. I've got 6 shows over 5 states in 2.5 months, something like that. About 2.5 months. And now I spend my days working on all the things that I didn't have time to work on before. Obviously I still manufacture, I still ship. Sometimes I'm editing YouTube videos or planning a show. But for the most part I kind of get to do whatever I feel like doing for the day, and that's pretty awesome. And most importantly though, I spend more time with my family now. My son had one of those random Wednesdays off of school. I don't know if it was teacher conference, I don't know, something. Anyway, he had a day off of school, and so me and him hung out. I took him to a golf simulator, we went out to lunch, and I didn't have to take vacation time to do that. Surprisingly, even though being an entrepreneur is stressful, I actually have far less stress in my life now. There's something very freeing about being on your own. Like being able to take the day off and go hang out with my kid. I have the freedom to be able to do that because I'm the boss. But I also have the responsibility to make sure that everything's taken care of before I go making that decision. But it's quite freeing, and I actually have less stress now than I did when I had a nice, secure day job. Something really cool that I want to mention is I dreamed about quitting my job and doing this full time for years. And I always liked to kind of envision in my head what it was going to look like, what my day-to-day was going to look like. What would it look like getting up in the morning, going in my office, making coffee, and getting to work? Like, what would that look like? And I envisioned this for years. I dreamed about it for years, and I can tell you it is exactly what I thought it was going to be like. It's amazing, and I love it. So yeah, go and chase your dreams. Be smart about it. I think I planned this really well, and I'm really looking forward to the future. Hopefully you'll be seeing a lot more of me now that I'm doing it full time. So thank you very much for being a subscriber, and if you shop on Outdoor Beards, thank you very much for that. Because of you guys, I'm able to live my dream, and that's awesome. So thank you very much, and as always, stay bearded, my friends.